Hey guys, this is Danny, or aka Dangstro. Um, well, my current PSN is I am Dangstro, but I also have another PSN called Back1-4. But yeah, so let me show you my capo, okay? My capos, all right. Um, for me, I'm pretty bad with movement. Like my backdash cancel isn't that good. Look, it's very inconsistent. I can't even do it. And I've been using Christie since Tekken 4, so and with capos you can't really sidestep well, so I'm pretty bad with sidesteps also. So yeah. I mean, if you're also like me, then maybe this will be a good video. I don't know, but yeah. For capos, here is the key thing, alright? Back one and then four. Alright? Back 1-4. A lot of people don't really use this move because um, they say it's not safe. And it's kind of true, mainly because wait, what? Mainly because if you block the back one, you could block, or you could step the 4. I mean, the reason why this move is good, like why everyone is saying it's good, is because on counter hit, everything connects. And it does crazy damage. And this isn't the max combo, but that's the combo that I like to do. But yeah. And also it's hit confirmable, meaning if you see the well how should I say this? For those that don't go to Tekken Zaibatsu, I'll try to explain this, but for those that does, it's a NCC. Basically, it's a natural hit combo on counter hits only. So if you do Back1-4, oh, I'm sorry, back square and then circle. Okay, if you do that, if you see the first back one hit, then you just do slippery kicks right away. Meaning, and there's like enough time for you to react, to be like, oh, the back one hit on counter. So, I mean, there's no special flash. When you hit them with it, it looks the same as if you hit them on normal. But it's just something you just gotta get used to, and it is, you could tell, you know, you just gotta practice it a little, but yeah, you could tell. So that's why this move is so good. It could be broken, like, it could be like so good that you're like, what the heck is this? This doesn't make any sense, you know? But yeah, the reason why a lot of top level Capo players, they don't really like this move is because, like I showed you earlier, if you block the back one, wait, what am I doing? If you block the back one, you could just sidestep. So if they sidestep to your right, aka their left, they could dodge it. Let's see if they could do it the other way. Yeah, so you could sidestep any direction, okay? So like, that's why a lot of top couple players, they say it's not good. But then there's different ways around it. You could just do that, and not do back, and not do the 4. So you just do back one, back one, back one, and then like just mix it up. So it's like back one, 4, you know? So like you hit them. Well, I just put it on counter, so let me take that off. I mean, Tekken, it's all about reading your opponents, right? It's all about like, oh, are they gonna block? Are they gonna crouch block, or are they gonna, you know, yeah, if they crouch block, you could do that and stuff. Are they gonna stand up? Or are they gonna be standing? Just do like some things to like keep frame advantage, No, so it's already about like a guessing game, okay? The good thing about Capos is for Back1-4, it's like a guessing game, but then because it's not like a universal type of guessing game, which would be like grabs, lows, mids, and highs. That's like universal mix-ups, right? Um, because it's kind of like character specific for Back1-4, it's harder for them to like react. So like watch, I'll do back one, then back one, while they sidestep. Let me do it the other direction. Back one, back one. See like, oh okay, so yeah. Oops. Back one that, and then see. I guess you could, yeah, you could float me. Yeah, thing, that's not good then, see? But then, yeah, like what I'm saying is, it's kind of like a guessing game. I mean, they can't do that, like, what if you do this, you know? So, like, while they step, you could just hit them with that. Oops. You know, but obviously, yeah, if they sidestep to your right, then you can't hit them with that 4. Let me see. If they sidestep to your left, yeah, at least the 4 is blocked. Basically, anything can happen if they block the 4, because it leaves you to so many options. I'll explain shortly. But yeah, so what was I gonna say? Oh yeah, so you could do stuff like that. You know, just hit like. So it's like a guessing game, right? So if you think they're gonna sidestep, just do back one, side, and then do a tracking move. Back one, tracking move, you know? Back one, can you do this? Wow, you could do that? That sucks for them, okay? Try that again. Okay, so if you're versing capos, oops. Oh, okay, never mind. It's not safe. I'm just pretty slow at it. Yeah, never mind. But anyways, if you are versing capos and you yourself are having to like face someone that's doing Back1-4, all you really gotta do is step to your left. Okay. But anyways, yeah. I mean, even though it's not like a total safe move, meaning like it's not a frame punishable, like block punishable. I mean, there's still options, assuming like you have a good idea what they're gonna do. Like if they're gonna sidestep, if they're gonna try to poke you right afterwards, if they're gonna like jump over you, if they're gonna do whatever. There's a lot of options, okay? And that's just something, if you keep on doing, you'll have a better idea of what to do. So let me see. Okay, so let's assume like 95% of the people, like 99% of the people, they never step. Okay? Mainly it's because it's too quick to even for them to like see it's coming. Okay? And also this down forward 1 and down forward 2, it tracks somewhat well. So it's just hard for them to like react fast enough to even sidestep that 4. But it is an option, and like I said earlier, there are ways to get around it. And especially with capos, they're so like random to most people. They're like, let me just hold back, you know. They're not gonna really try to sidestep too much. Yeah. So let's say they don't sidestep, right? You do that, but then because they block everything, you can't really do the slippery kicks. Okay, even if you did the slippery kicks like I just did, it doesn't even trip them. Because they're not trying to hit a button, all they're doing is just auto blocking. What's worse is if they hold back, you know? Even if they hold back, like I don't do the complete slippery kicks, okay? So a lot of the times, if you're playing against like a better player, the slippery kicks does nothing unless you think that all of a sudden they're gonna become a noob and then just start hitting buttons, okay? So yeah, what you can do is like get in handstand position and then do it, okay? And obviously it's slower, But then when you're in handstand position, what I find is most players are like, oh, what, there's that like sudden like gap of time, like that pause, and they're like, should I duck or what? The truth is, there's like very few things that you could even do when you're in handstand position that would hit them a mid, Like, this is a mid, but what is that? That's nothing, Like, the helicopter thing, that's a mid. It just knocks down. That's nothing really. This is a mid, but that's so slow. This is a mid. That's quick. Actually, yeah, that's pretty. Actually, that's pretty good because it gives you like some type of a frame advantage, and then you could do like some other stuff. But still, the only thing that you could really do in handstand position that your opponent should be really afraid of is the slipper kicks because it's the only thing that could really launch them, okay? I mean, you also have this, but that's so slow too. By the time you even do something like this, most characters could do like a down forward 1, down forward square, and then just float you, and then you'll be in a juggle, okay? So yeah, I mean like, yeah. So if they block that 4, right? Here's the various options that you could do, okay? You do back 1-4, 2, okay, which is triangle. Back 1-4, 1, which I rarely do. I only do it if it's like on accident, okay? Because it's so slow, like I said, and it's stupid, okay? But yeah, 2. What I usually like to do is 2-4, which is 2 circle, because it hits them low, But then this isn't really safe, mainly because if your opponent is familiar with capos, even after they block the 2, they could parry that 4, okay? So that's kind of unsafe. But if you know that your opponent isn't familiar with capos, just do it because it's a 2-hit, like you said, like you saw. Like, see, it's kind of like this move. So missed, and then you would still hit them. I mean, it's on like auto block or whatever, so you can't really. I don't want to change it, but yeah, it it happens. Another option you could do is the helicopter, which is really quick. Another option is back. Get in handstand position by holding back. I should have said that earlier, or tapping back, after you do it. So tap. Actually, I just hold back. I just hold back until they're in handstand position, and then and I go from there. But yeah, so another option is handstand position and hold back and then press 3, which is X. What is that? I don't know what that is. Oh. But yeah, another option is hold back, down 3, okay? So, down 3 is a mid hit. Back 3 is a low hit. Even though back 3 is slower, a lot of times, I don't know, they get hit. I think because they think they're gonna get launched from handstand position, but they're definitely not. I don't know why they keep crouching. So yeah, well, this is good too because you get like some type of frame advantage, and then they really can't do anything. All they have to do is just block, and it becomes like a guessing game. So, man, I don't know how to explain all these things, It's my first video, but yeah, so anyways. So there's different things capos can do. I mean, your opponents can do. Is there a way you could just hold back? Here's what I typically find. Okay, shoot. I don't have another controller. Okay, here's what I find a lot, okay? The way you dodge back when the slipper kicks, it hits for some reason, I don't know why. Anyways, the way you get out of this, or if you're playing against the capo, this is what you should do. I do this, right? If I do the slippery kicks, like you saw earlier, it doesn't launch you, okay? While I'm doing this, all you do is just down forward 2 and it'll launch me most of the time, okay? Like Bob has that back 1 or back 2, whatever it is. Brian has down forward 2, but most characters it's like down forward 1 and it'll probably float. If anything, yeah. Armor King or people with hop kicks, they could do up 4, you know, up circle. So that's what I find typically, because they just don't know what to do. They just hold back, and then they just float me afterwards. Okay. So then now you're like, oh, okay, so that sucks because, you know, they're gonna float me, so it's not safe, right? But then it's like, well, you don't have to do slipper kicks, right? You could do something else. So sometimes I do the back 3, but even for this, if they're holding back, they don't even have to backdash cancel. If they're just holding back, that handstand position back 3, it's not gonna connect. It's not gonna even hit them. Like they don't even have to try to lock it. It's just gonna whiff, and then they're probably gonna be able to float you or chip you away. Okay, so that's another dead end. Another option that you could do is this, but then if they're holding back, they're gonna block it, right? So then if they block it, they could actually block punish you, and then they could just do, I think, a jab or like a down forward 1 or something like 12 frames or quicker. Okay. Yeah. So what can you do, right? You could do this. Okay. Because it still connects, it hits them still, and it's safe. So if they block that and you know they're gonna be holding back, all you do is just this, and then you're safe. So then in this scenario, okay, back 1-4 is safe. Okay, it's not like risky or anything. All you just do is this, 2. Okay. Another thing you could do is this, but yeah, another thing you could do is this. I mean, after you do back 1-4, whether you do back 3 or down 3 or 2 from handstand position, after you do back 1-4, they could actually float you. Okay, I think they could do down 4-2, assuming you stay in handstand position long enough. They could do that. Or if you try to do like another move right afterwards, if you try to do this, they could just jab you and then they float you. Okay, so in that scenario, it's not safe. Okay. So how do you counter that? How do you counter an opponent where you know that they're gonna just jab you like right after you do something? Okay. If you know they're gonna jab you, just hold back. Okay, because this is, when you're in this, it crushes highs. Okay, so you just hold back. You could do that, or you could do down. Okay, and that like crushes mids, it crushes some mids. Okay, so you do that, and then what I like to do sometimes is if I know that they're gonna try to jab me right afterwards, I do handstand position and then do that, because it crushes and then it could lead to a juggle, you know? Something simple. Okay. So that could happen, okay? What else can you do in back 1-4? Okay. See, the good thing about back 1-4 is it's actually it's useful against noobs, because you know they just keep mashing buttons and then you're gonna hit them with a counter. It's useful against noobs, and it's also actually useful against, okay, in my opinion, people that know about back 1-4, people that know about like how scary it can be, like, and all the options that it has. That's when it gets dangerous, because they know you have so many options afterwards, so they just don't know what to do. And like the safest thing for them to do is just hold back. So because you know that like they're gonna just be holding back, okay, like a similar concept is it's better to just be standing as opposed to crouching, because there's a lot of like mid moves that could launch people, okay? And as opposed to like a low, which most low launching stuff is slow and reactable, you know? So similar concept, okay? So like, because you know that they're gonna just be standing and holding back and stuff like that, it gives you a better idea like of what to do. So I'm like, okay, they're gonna just be holding back, right? I'll just do this, okay? Because I know they're not gonna jam me out of it. I know they're not gonna try to sidestep between back 1 and 4. You know, they're just gonna be holding back. So it's kind of like, it's good. So I'll be doing this, and then, or I'll be doing this, you know, because those are like somewhat safe. Although this isn't really safe because they could hit you right afterwards. Okay, so the safest thing is this. Okay, so that's a good thing, right? So then you're like, okay, so if you know they're just gonna be blocking, why do you even do it, right? You do it because sometimes they won't be blocking. Like, you do it because they get impatient. They're like, this guy keeps on spamming back 1-4, you know. Also, like, if you know that they're just gonna be holding back, you could just do back 1-4 and just hold back, you know. You don't even have to do 2. Okay, you don't even have to do it. You just this is what I do sometimes. I just do back 1-4, hold back, back 1-4, hold back. Even though I know, like, even though I whiff that back 1, I know that back 4 is coming, okay? And then they know it too, so they're not gonna try to hit me. They also know that I could do this. Okay? This is also like a thing that I use a lot, okay? It's because if they try to do like a 12 frame or like higher, I just do back 1-4-3, and then it hits them. It'll get them in counter, and then you'll get some type of, I don't know, frame advantage property, whatever. But yeah, but even this isn't really safe, mainly because you could sidestep. I'm pretty sure you could sidestep. Oops. Yeah, they could sidestep to their right, okay? So even then, it's not safe. Oops. Yeah, and then they could probably launch you, okay? Even though it's not safe if you do that, again, it's just like another guessing game. You just have to know, or have like a really good enough idea that they're gonna do something, you know, like that. I'm like, okay, you know, I did this, and they sidestepped, you know, okay? I did this, and they sidestepped. So, okay, so all you just gotta do is, you know, do this, and play sidestep, hold back, and do helicopter, you know? Oh crap. You know? So yeah, if you know that they're gonna be doing something like that, just hold back and helicopter, you know? Back, helicopter, okay? So again, that makes this thing safe, okay? In order to be good with back 1-4, you just have to be able to like be able to read your opponent pretty well, okay? And also, yeah, it's just something like that, okay? And my reading, I think I'd say it's average. It's not like super great. So anyone can really do it, okay? Another time I do. Other times I would do back 1-4-3 is if I know if they're gonna block. So okay, they're crouching at the wrong moment. Hold up. Yeah. Okay, so like a lot of players that I play, they're afraid of back 1-4 because they know that it could lead to this, okay? And I think sometimes they think that they hit a button, but then they didn't, and then they just like crouch, okay? So that's kind of stupid, right? So like, so, okay, yeah. So if I do this, what is it? Wait. Okay, so assuming they block back 1, okay? And then they block the 4, okay? This scenario, we're going to assume they're going to crouch because they think we're going to be doing slippery kicks. So all you really got to do is, okay, I'm not going to do back 1 because I can't do it with the settings. I'm just going to be doing this. It's the same properties. So all you got to do is 3, Alright, and then you'll get some frame advantage, I guess, and you'll hit them, you know? And then you could do some other stuff like poke out, whatever, you know? But yeah, that's an option you could do. So it makes it safe again, alright? So we covered what if they sidestep between Back1-4. We covered what if they just hold back. What if they duck? What if they sidestep between this? What if they... That's it. Like, that's all they could do. Oh, okay. What if they, like, poke you? Yeah, if they poke you, if you know they're gonna poke you, do that, you know? What if they try to float you while you're in handstand position? Yeah, you could just do that again, you know? Or you could do this. And sometimes I do that, like, yeah. So you could do anything really, okay? There's a safe option for everything that your opponent will do. Okay, you just gotta know what they're gonna do, okay? And it's pretty easy to tell. Like I said, noobs, you don't even have to go that far into like strategy, because all you do is just time when they try to hit you, and you just do Back1-4. It's similar concept as just doing down 4-2. I think they're like same frames, okay? Same speed, okay? The only difference is this crushes highs a lot better than Back1, okay? Back1 actually does crush, but the distance is, you have to imagine, like, if they jabbed you and you blocked and you get pushed, like this distance, and then if they try to jab you or like do a high, well, if it can't even reach, I don't know, it's not really with punishing. Anyways, but yeah, even if they try to do a longer ranged high, it would crush. See, like she ducks a little, and it does crush. So yeah, if you're against noobs, you know they're noobs. You know, if you're playing someone with low rank, you're just like, oh, okay, I'm just gonna spam Back1-4, and then they're gonna get hit, and then I'm just gonna do the whole juggle, which is like 100 whatever damage. Okay. Yeah. Yeah, so you could do anything really. Okay. Another thing you could do is, after you get in handstand position, tap forward, and then you'll be in relax, and then it'll trip them up even more. They're like, what? Now he's in relaxed stance. What's going on? Okay. Oh yeah, I forgot to say. Review again. So like noobs are easy. You don't even get that deep into like strategy. Like my rank record right now is, I think, like 90 wins and like 3 losses. And that's because it's just low rank, when you first play, and they all just suck so much, and they just keep mashing buttons, and then you just do Back1-4. I'll get hit, like I'll keep doing this, and then like I'll get hit sometimes, but I don't even care, because I'm just like, whatever. I know they're gonna hit me, and this is gonna be faster eventually, and I just do it, and then I just gain all that damage, like counter all that damage, and then you just win, But yeah, and also if you're playing against a higher level player, because they're gonna be afraid of the Back1-4, they're just gonna be holding back, okay? They're just gonna be holding back, and then they're just gonna be holding back. So all you do is just do 2, or just hold back again, and then, or that's it really. Like that's all you can do, and then you'll still be safe, So why not throw it out? If it could lead to like a 120 plus damage, why not throw it out if you could make it safe? You know what I'm saying? So why not throw it out? But then for like middle skill people, because they don't really know how good Back1-4 or what the options are, or if they're just not thinking too much about it, but then they're not like complete noobs, so they block the Back1-4, and then they're like, oh, I could do this, or like whatever. That's when it kind of gets dangerous, because it's harder to read them. It's harder to think like, okay, this guy's gonna do this, because even he doesn't know what he's gonna do. Okay, he's probably gonna be like, I'll do this or this or this or whatever, you know. So that's when it gets dangerous. That's when like you just gotta play it more safe, or that's when you gotta like really try to read them a lot better. And yeah, you could make it safe. Okay. Yeah. What else with Back1-4? Let me see. Oh yeah, okay. Sometimes I do Back1-4, assuming I know that they're gonna be just holding back. Okay. Some people I do Back3, and like I said, it's not safe. But then I know that it whiffs sometimes, but it leaves me in relaxed position, and then which gives me the option to do a mid launch, a low launch, a low safe. Is that low? Is that low safe? I don't know. Yeah, whatever. A mid safe. It could also lead to a mid wall. What is it? Wall splat. Like a quick mid wall splat. I mean, this wall splat's also. It could also lead to a. Here, watch. Okay, actually, I'll make a different video for relaxed positions, but yeah. Yeah, so I would do this sometimes, right? Just to get in relaxed position, and then I'll make another video for that. But then, because I do that, they're just gonna still be holding back because it's just gonna be another whiff. To make it safe, you could just do 2, and then like, you know, assuming they're not gonna chip you out of way or chip you away, you know, it's still like relatively safe compared to the possible damage that you'll get from Back1-4. Okay, the cost benefit is just too crazy. Okay, so you just gotta do it. Because I do this sometimes. Because I do Back3 sometimes. The animation, you could tell that's gonna go low. Okay, you could tell it's like, oh, okay, there's a low. Okay, and it's reactable. You can just block low if you don't want to hold back. And then you could like do a wall rising 4 and then probably launch short float me. Okay, so because there's that option, you could, when you're in handsome position, you could do neutral 3 in handsome position, and then which is a mid, and then